situation. Okay, perfect. All right, people, I'll be doing out there first things first. My name is Kenneth Burke. The company is Black Series Edition LLC. Man, we are having a fantastic day today. God has been good. He's been blessing our company. Man, let me show you how messed up freaking, I don't know, search engines are today. Like, you really can't even get what you want. Like, you ask for something, they give you something completely different. And then they have the nerve to hit the bottom. Do you mean? I know exactly what I meant when I was asking for what I asked for. So, I was trying to design some kind of crazy wallpaper or design for my new PC, work PC upgrade. I'm still going to be doing the whole Steambox unit, but I'm basically going to build that fixture first. The screen I made over here, building the retro TV. We're going to build a whole entire prop system for when we do build the PC, but I am going to build that too also. Probably get around to getting those parts today. We'll start working on that project for that particular section right there. But anyway, so I'm looking for Arctic box wallpaper. And for some reason, the search engine kept giving me foxes. But I said box, not fox, like multiple times, and for some reason, it just keeps giving me fox. Crazy. I sit there and say Arctic box wallpaper, and it gives me, did you mean Arctic box? Arctic box. And I come back in again and I put in box again, it just gives me box all over again. Then, no win. Alright, so let's figure that out another time. So basically, I wanted to turn my work PC into a refrigerator. Not an actual working refrigerator, but a simulation of a refrigerator. And if I do this correctly and don't go overboard, because I have a habit of going overboard on stuff when I build these things, and I keep it simple, I can rebuild this PC for $234. That's it. Liquid cooling system, whole 9 yards. Brand new power supply, motherboard, new RAM, everything, all for $234. Modifications, on the other hand, is something else, but it's not expensive. The part that did get a little expensive is the props, the food, and all that stuff. That got a little bit expensive. Toy popsicles and stuff, not cheap, like $21 for popsicles. The melted one was like $22. Fake ice cubes are pretty cheap. They're like $6. And food dye, and I gotta go today and find me a container of Coke. I need a glass container of Coke. Maybe I can buy one on Amazon. I can buy like a Coca-Cola. I don't need like 6 bottles. I only need like 1 bottle. And I want to do a I'm going to do a water bottle, so I can pick up a water bottle from the store. So the system, I want to have like a power generator coming from the power supply, and I like these kind of a USB powered cords. They kind of like have a charge look to them. So I'm going to build me a small power plant at the base of it, and we're going to use that to have these cords come out and wrap in different areas and connect to different fans and stuff like that, different ports and stuff. So that's what I'm going to be working on next. I got plenty of time to work. I got gamer paint I'm working on right now, and I do want to put in a better screen than the cardboard screen. So I am going to be actually in the process of actually getting me another screen and getting rid of the cardboard screen, because the lines are, it doesn't bother me too much to be the lines are, but I do want a smooth screen. So I am going to be picking me up another screen. Just for the time being. So we can't get, let me see. Can we get temperature gauge? Temperature gauge wallpaper display. Something a little bit more interesting than that. So the paint job on it, not hard to do. Paint job is pretty much basically easy. Just have to make the container look like it's actually frozen. So that's not hard to do. And we are going to need some gauges on this thing too. I forgot about that. We're going to need some pipes and some gauges on here. Well, the pipes we can make out, no, because you have to cut those things. But then they have to cut and drill and all that. I can't do that here. So we have a small pipe system we can build. I actually can build it at the shop. I can go to the shop, put all it together, and bring it back here and assemble it. It should be easier to do. Let me see. Definitely have to get a gauge. I need a couple of gauges. for the outside design. Or a thermostat would be nice. Keep it simple. I'm gonna keep it simple. So get a thermostat for the back. Yeah, because we got the two top fans going from the top. So I would like to have some kind of pipeline coming from the back. And then going back in, like it's the pipeline for the back. And like there's a pipeline engages. That would look pretty hot. So let me see right here. Bump, 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 bump. Oh, remember these temperature control units. I had those all over my PC. So let me see. Bump, 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 bump. What am I gonna do here? I only got I got less than an hour here because I pretty much got stuff I got to do today. So I'm not gonna be on today like I was on yesterday. I got stuff I got to take care of today. I got to be out and about, and I got orders that came into the account, so I got a lot to do. I got 62 orders that came in today. Yeah, and I got some shopping to do today because I'm definitely gonna go and buy some stuff for myself. I haven't bought any stuff for myself for a while, so gotta do some clothes shopping. Wintertime's coming up, need coat, jacket, boots, all that stuff like that. Get the shopping, get all that done, and I'm probably gonna pick up a new air fryer for the home front, so I'll get that done today too. But thank you so much. I appreciate the orders that came in. I do appreciate. That's why I say we put that time in to develop that technology. You know, it's a different story when you're basically showing screens off in commercial environments. Everybody else is doing home theater and in their own environments. Yeah, there's an ambient controlled environment. We're in commercial. We're gonna be in all commercial environments, all commercial. That's what I got planned out. So starting at January the 25th, we hit our first commercial areas. We start because our foundation will be laid by then. It's going to take me about 4 months to lay our foundation. Which means by foundation means I have to have hoodies, jackets, hats, everything in my own gear with my own logos. I got my business cards made over there. I got brochures coming in for that. All that has to be done. Websites are all going to be updated. New domain names for the other site. It's going to be turned into a basically more of a business card information site with all our video demonstrations and all that stuff. I'm going to add onto it. I got a guy coming that's going to be doing all the web work for us. I won't be doing any more of that all, period. He's going to be taking care of that for us. I got my EI number so I can start hiring people and bringing them on board. I got the graphic designer coming in. We got the other warehouse we're going to be picking up and do the bigger stuff, the spray on screens, all those. Yeah, all that's going to be popping off in 2025. This is just laying foundation, that's all. Making sure our licenses are legit. We have all our paperwork and everything done. I've been bouncing back and forth to City Hall to get that done. And in between that, going and following these lawsuits and criminal charges against people who came against my company, so we don't have that problem in 2025. We can get that nonsense squashed and out of the way. So yeah, that's all going to happen. See, that's why I say I don't think they understand the whole thing about it all. That we have to get you taken care of. You have to, because you're the way you carry yourself at the end of the day. Constantly attacking my business, constantly attacking our product, doing fake demonstrations on YouTube, harassing my family, harassing people that have nothing to do with our business whatsoever. So in order for us to be able to move in 2025, we have to have all 4 or 5 of those individuals in front of a judge. We have to have them sued and in jail. We're going to use them as an example of anyone who wants to come against our company. When you see what we do to them, they're not going to want to touch us with a 10-foot pole. So I can't go out and basically say, hey, we're working at this building over here, because we have a weirdo called McAfee that follows us on Google, and he does the maps where we go at, and he goes to space and sends all kinds of weird stuff to these businesses, trying to make us look bad. So we need him in jail, like pronto in jail. And I said before, even if we have to come down to your state to get this warrant for your arrest, I'm coming to your state with my lawyer to get you arrested. We need you locked up. That's what we need to tell the judge right away. Look, we got things we had to do. We got a company we're running here. We've got things we're building here in Allentown. And these individuals have been plaguing our company. And we need them in jail, away from our company. So they can't do anything else. Take it all away from us. That's the situation they've gotten themselves into. So in order for us to move forward with the things we have to do, and we already got proof that they were contacting people outside our company. We got proof that they were going in and they were slamming our companies with thousands of emails with hate messages and racial slurs and pornography and all that stuff. We got proof they were doxing addresses and carrying on. We got proof they were violating copyrights. We got proof they were committing all different kinds of crimes, cyber threats, cyber bullying, cyber harassment. We got proof of post office mail fraud. We got proof of all of that. So we're going to get that in front of a judge, and say, look, we need these people round up. We need them locked up because they attacked their company viciously, and they came out there and they tried to destroy our business. So in order for our company to be able to move forward and what things we need to do to get our company to grow, we need this situation taken care of. That's why they're going to be coming for you guys quick. We're doing a lot of business in Allentown. I got a lot of big people at the end of the day that I'm doing business with, and I let them know about you. And we got these people at the end of the day have been taunting my company over jealousy. So I got people, investors, I got people that are lined up for the new technology, and they're going to make sure that their money and their investment in our company goes smoothly. And if it means at the end of the day we got to get these big time lawyers involved to get you guys locked up, then so be it. I told you guys, got yourself in some big trouble at the end of the day. I'm not playing around with you. Until the judge, the progress report, projects we got working in Allentown right now, things we're trying to do to better Allentown, and we got these individuals in another state trying to destroy our company. Yeah, we can easily get a warrant for your arrest, and all that's going to be taken care of. So in order for me to get to that next stage, things I have to do, and I can show proof that companies I was doing business with, you contacted these companies, tried to say we're scammers, we're ripping people off. Yeah, we're going to get you in front of a judge in no time at all. It's a little different, gentlemen, when you have to understand when you're dealing with personal. It's not personal, it's business. Whole different world now. When it's personal, it takes a little long to drag those feet. When it's business and you have contracts within the city that you're basically getting drawn up to do all different kinds of projects throughout this environment, and you're in the way of what we're trying to do because we can't really advertise and show off what we are doing because you're trying to basically destroy our business. It would take no time at all to get a court order to get you in front of a court judge. No time at all. Business involved now. So, there'll be no problem to get you. You can run, but you can't hide. So as we're going to explain to the judge. And we got the proof to back up everything we talked about, what I just said a few minutes ago. So I'm going to be popping down City Hall again today. Because all the information, everything I have on my site, I got so much stuff. I've been going back and forth. There's literally so much stuff that we have on them. I've been going back and forth and administrating all this information, forwarding all y'all stuff. The fellow who was contacting us, you are now involved in this criminal investigation now because you contacted my company's account more than multiple times with these weird messages. We got your voice recording. It comes through on my system over it, records your voice, it records all your whatever you say, it types everything down. So you already know from the door, I'm going to be filing charges against you, so you know that. I know you're in the room, so you know I'm going to file charges against you, and I'm beginning the process of having that trace and figure out exactly where you came from. So I'm giving that over to FBI. So FBI should have no problem being tracing your whereabouts and where you came from. So guess what? Congratulations. You have now joined the group. We'll be hunting you pretty soon. I'll have you in court and I'll have you before a judge. I will be filing a lawsuit against you, by the way, and I'm going to file criminal charges also for harassing my company. You're not contacting a personal line when I explain to you. You're contacting my business line. This is part of my company. So my company is going to be the one filing charges against you in federal court. All right, let's move on to my PC I'm going to be building. Let me see. Gauge. All right, let me see. $227. And then we have to turn Coke. I got to go pick up a bottle of Coke. Where do you find a glass bottle of Coke? It isn't really easy to find around here, a glass bottle of Coke. I have to go to the supermarket to literally get that. Or just go on Amazon. I'm on Amazon. They're going to send me like 6 bottles of it. I'm going to do it 6 bottles of Coke. I don't even drink soda at the end of the day. Really, honestly, I don't drink it. We have to do something different with that because you literally can't put a bottle of Coke in a PC because it can be all kinds of things. It can always pressurize, explode, anything can happen in there. So I told you what we're going to do is we're going to dump out all the liquid. Actually, I'm going to do a test on one of these bottles over here. We're going to dump out all the liquid. We're going to put water in it. Fill it with black food dye, and we're going to put something called poop gel. You heard of that stuff before? You got to use it for camping. So if you camp, or you got to poop in a bucket, or whatever, in a little camp area, and you got to pee in there to use for cat litter and all that stuff, you sprinkle this stuff in, and it turns everything to a solidated gel. That's what we need to do. We need to turn it into a gel, so that way it doesn't spill anywhere, and we got this frozen Coca-Cola just sitting there in its cooler system, so we're going to do that. Fake ice cubes, they're cheap. They're like $6. And black food dye, and I'll pick all that up today because I had to run the experiment today anyway. Melting popsicles are like $22 for just one of those things. $22 for a set of popsicles. Ice isn't that bad. Ice tray really isn't that bad either to find either. So the whole PC is gonna be in white. I decided to go with the light systems in white, and the cooling system is gonna be a 240, which is the one I have in there right now. I'm gonna put extra lights on the top, which I want to put a dual exhaust system in. And then we're going to put a pipe system that'll actually hit close to the side of the box with a gauge system, and all that will be frosted with ice. So in order to make the ice cubes look real, all the fans inside are white. But the icicles is a mixture of poly UV powder, which allows it to be able to boost it, UV paint, and clear silicone. You do it. And then we have to run a UV wire through all of that, so basically it generates and lights it up. But it has to be well hidden, because again, you can't have these lights flashing up and look too fake at the thing. They look real, because they're all ice box. And then we'll have to frost the glass. All the glass has to be frosted. Now the board I got, which I thought was a baby ATX, is actually micro ATX. So what the freak is those? That's not even a micro ATX. Wait a minute. So the Dell boards were micro ATXs? No. That's a micro ATX. I mean, I don't think they know what they're talking about. That looks like a baby ATX board. That's a really small board in there. But anyway, that's what we ordered. And our board has blue. It's blue. It's an actually blue motherboard. So that's why I fell in love with it. So it's going to go with our case quite nicely. All right, so let me see. Oh yeah, I'm building a cardboard projection screen. Something that works with that too. So I'm going to check it out. So we're looking at... we're on the wrong keyboard. And I downloaded some new games last night too on top of that. Well, people saying, oh, but I thought you... my Steam account is on my PCs at home, so my account links here also too. So it does that. Because then they say, oh my God, you just submitted. Get a life. Really, get a life. I'm busy. I made about $3 last night, so... Right now, I have so much stuff I have to do, it's not even funny. It's like when I get the money, I don't basically go out and buy. No, I have equipment to buy. I got a 50-inch screen to go pick up. I got an 80-inch screen to go pick up. I got a Chrissy LW400 to go pick up. I got to buy new lamps for the Chrissy LW505, because that machine's coming in now, because I need that for the glass. I got a 24 by 36 surface to paint. That's AdTech. That's the demonstration for AdTech show off, which is going to be advertised in October. I got to rent out multiple areas, which I need 5 of those rented out to have those done. And the brochures were not freaking cheap. Those things were expensive. The business cards were very expensive. But again, they have an impact at the end of the day. So I get done. I had to get ink pens done. I got mouse pads done. All that stuff, like a little gift bag. So every time we walk into an area to do a demonstration, we can leave a gift bag behind and a sample of the screen. And on top of that, I got 8 or 9 different leads to contracts for me in the business, involving parts division, involving the school district, involving that couple of new museums they popped up around here. They want that AdTech technology embedded into it, like a giant shark in the glass. That's what they want. They literally want a shark to swim around the side of this window. Because what they're going to do is we're going to coat one side. Everywhere we coat, that's where they're going to be able to bring the guy in to do the program to make this shark swim from one side around this building, come around the other side, come back around, and BAM! Hit the glass, and you see the water leak down the glass. That's going to be our technology doing that, because our technology can feed through sunlight. They can't do it any other way. There's no other technology that does it. They did the research. They couldn't find anybody. We're the only ones that came up that can do it. So this is a massive window. It's got huge windows around this whole thing, and they want this shark swimming around this glass. So all you got to do is just basically coat that in. That is somewhere between, I'd say, an $80,000 job. And we don't do the work. They spray it in. They want it permanently sprayed to the glass. They want it permanently there. They want no films, because we usually do a surface we can do. We just don't surface big enough to cover that thing. So they're going to spray it into the glass. So this shark is going to come from one side, out the other side, around, swim past the glass, come back in, and then the guy's going to program it for it to hit the glass. When it's glass, it's leaking down. AdTech is involved in that. Now, when he does that design for his building, that means every office building, sky rises, whatever you want, It's going to want that technology embedded somewhere. Can you imagine? You got a skyscraper. You can take 6 of your windows. You can advertise your company right across that so people can see it. Ah, see, I told you. Ad tech's possibilities are absolutely endless. It's a multi-billion-dollar technology. Yeah. It replaces the LED screens. I watched the LED screens outside the buildings. They fade and washed out. We're going to go out there today. I'll do a recording. Hope we got a sunny day today. And I'm going to show you the LED screen I got there. We're going to look at that thing and show you how badly these things fade out in direct sunlight, where AdTech can pick up nice and bright. And on top of that, the equipment, now mind you, I told them, look, we did that demonstration with a $300 projector. Projectors they got, these things are massive. They got Christie's and barcodes for this setup. These projectors are like $2 million projectors. A $2 million projector hitting that technology? Yeah, that thing's gonna look absolutely good. It's gonna look bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. You got all ultra short throws in there. It's gonna look bonkers in there. Bonkers! So AdTech, like I said, when we reach the stage of AdTech is gonna replace all technology. What I mean by replace, it has a screen that, again, one of the biggest things that plague projection screens is light. We already have technology that can pull up in fully lit environments that can do things that other screens can't do. Doing all our demonstrations now on commercials only gives our company a lot of clout at the end of the day. Because everybody you see on YouTube right now are stuck in these ambient light controlled environments. Even in the home, they're stuck in these dark environments. When we do environments in the home, we can project off ceilings and the floor. You got 180 to the ceiling, you got 150 to the wall. $60 for the projector, 150 for the floor. I mean for the ceiling. That's nothing at the end of the day for anybody else that spends $3,000 for a projector. That's a drop in the bucket for them. So then that saves them a ton of money. And it shows that technology can generate, especially off a ceiling with the light fixture in the screen. You do know that, right? The light fixture is literally in the screen. So, with that being said, it shows that we've mastered inside and outside, basically, and so forth, does another. But then when you got a technology that can read sunlight, that's a whole different category of technology. That means that's a screen that can produce, like I said, in a mall, in the middle of a mall, under a skylight, at 200 inches, it can generate an image with no problem. It can hit every single store. You have any idea how many stores sit inside of a mall? I mean, each one of those stores will have AdTech embedded into it. Any stores outside will have AdTech embedded into it. And if AdTech hits one of those major chains like Foot Locker, Dunkin' Donuts, McDonald's, any one of those big companies at the end of the day, then you got multi-million-dollar contracts right there from the door. They're going to want every single franchise embedded with that technology. It's like Windows when it was introduced to the world. It's embedded in everything. That's what AdTech's about to do. And then you got this guy who's going to do this giant Megalodon shark for this museum, pushing it back and forth. CEOs are going to see it and go, oh shoot, what the freak is that? They're going to want it in their windows. Skyscrapers with AdTech splashed across them because they can advertise whatever they want. They can take a whole floor out of that skyscraper, and they can spray all that glass with our technology, and they can line all those windows up with ultra short throw projectors, much more advanced than what we used to using, and they can advertise through that glass. And it'll run in the sun, it'll run in the afternoon, it'll run in the night. Doesn't make a difference. It'll constantly run all the time. They can change advertising at will. You don't see the big picture here. That's what I'm saying, that for the naysayers, small-minded. They don't see the big picture. You're happy with the little trinkets. I'm not happy with trinkets at the end of the day. I like treasures. So I like to basically put my technology on the top level. That's where AdTech's going to be. And because of AdTech's popularity and ability, it is going to basically make anything that we design blow through the roof because it comes from us. So that day that I was out there in front of the carrying place and you saw that technology feed through that glass, yeah, that was the beginning of AdTech. As a matter of fact, farther back than that, when I was living in that house, we called it AR Smoke 10. That was one of the nicknames it had. And if sunlight hit it, I was able to read it. So AdTech is an advanced version of that. So when you sit there and say out of your mouth, oh, he's broken his money, you have no idea. First of all, I make a lot more than you. And second of all, the technology we already have in stages, set up in stages for the next level, are going to make us tons of money beyond belief. AdTech's going to be seen on skyscrapers, billboards, restaurants, gyms, gaming stores, anything you think of. Technology is going to be there. Why spend all this money for these decal stickers that at the end of the day they're just stuck there, they don't do anything. You change your inventory, they don't change unless you got to pay the money to have them changed again, and then when you leave the store you can't even take it with you. And that's not even an investment in the day. That's a temporary investment. Our screens can be removed unless you decide you want to coat an entire window with it, then it's on your window. But other than that, you can take it with you because we have these films to stick to your room, take it with you, and take it home and watch a movie off of it, or stick it in your backyard and watch a movie off of it. Yep. So yeah, future AdTech. And then we got people who try to copy AdTech. They want AdTech so bad. That shows you how amazing our technology is, that people literally will copy our labels and say, oh, we can make it too. You can't make something that's not meant for you. That's our blessing at the end of the day. That's not yours. That's our blessing. So you can't make it. Only we can make it. You think the devil's going to tell you at the end of the day that you can make something a blessing? Oh my goodness, please. What's the word for it? The ignorance of it all. You really believe at the end of the day you can make AdTech technology? Please, I even told him, go ahead and make it. Gave you permission. Where is it at? It's nowhere to be found. Just dates up there about promise dates. Can't make it. AdTech, you also understand. You don't understand anything about FLE technology. I love it when naysayers get out there, trolls, copycats, whatever they call themselves in the day, get out there and they think that they know our technology. You don't know jack. This is why we give you permission to make it. You fail multiple times. You don't know jack. You don't even know what FLE, you don't even know what it even stood for. Or the abbreviation what FLE stand for. It's fusion light energy. Do you understand about fusion light energy? You don't know because you don't crack books. That's why you don't know. So, AdTech isn't just AdTech. AdTech has multiple stair steps of what it can do. It's not just for window advertising, just different layers of that technology that it can do certain things. We can turn AdTech into gaming, we can turn it into movie theaters, we can turn it into anything we want. It's a screen that has the ability to do the most important thing. It can take in 100 to 120,000 lux of direct sunlight. That means that's a screen that can operate anywhere it wants to. So a screen that can eat sunlight through a storefront window on a skyscraper can easily sit in the middle of your home and operate just like a TV. And if for ultra short throw people, or people like ultra short throw projectors today, what's the most amazing thing you ever had in your entire life? Not only will you be able to take your projector at 120 inches, you can max it easily at 150, 160 without even losing any form of discoloration or washout, or basically any form of the picture basically becoming distorted, which we've done that multiple times on projectors like the one we have over there, the NEC projector. It's a 600 by 800 projector, no, it's a XGA projector. That is pretty much the maximum size for that projector is 80 inches. That's it. Those projectors right there are meant for hospitals, churches, stuff you use on a whiteboard. That's what that projector is designed for. We took that projector and got 150 inches of it in a fully lit environment. So that black technology allows your screen to expand to larger sizes. You can even do it outside. You're going to have 10 times more light to distort the screen, and it'll still operate with no problem. Optima GT55 and 5600 projectors, I have both of them. They're only designed to do 100 inches. We got 140 out of that screen, 150 out of that screen with no problem. So projectors that use gimmicks that say, hey, look, we do compressing, but with this projector, if you spend it, the money, you can get a 150-inch screen. That's a lie because you can't get that. You don't have enough to compress for the 150-inch, but any one of your projectors you have that capability already. The reason why you can't see it because you're on a gray and white screen. Now, we're in a commercial environment, as you can see. My box screen over there can pick up better than the white wall over here. And guess what we bump into all day? White screens. All day long. That's what we bump into. Quasar technology? Yeah, Quasar technology has a testing record that nobody can match. Actually, there's challenges all over that screen. None of them have been met yet. Quasar's can pick up in fully lit environments with no problem whatsoever. Yeah. So keep in mind that we have engineered technology for everything. We can cover a sports bar at the end of the day with our black technology. We have technology custom designed for churches to pick up better, where people actually demonstrate and show off that product and to those customers. We have technology strictly for gaming, which means we cover that category. We have technology designed for visual effects, special effects, interactive technology, and projector mapping capabilities. And even outside. Even screens submerged underwater. We cover just about everything. And even with our gaming PCs, and even with our new gaming screen paints, we're building gaming systems around them. Yes, sirree, bub. Yes, sirree. So, keep in mind that all that technology came from God. Yep. All that came from God. So, you think, my Lord, at the end of the day, you said at the end of the day, I'm supposed to be a curse. They were challenging my Christianity, but saying that I was worked for the devil, all kinds of stuff. Do you have any idea what kind of trouble you got yourself into? You announced a Christian, one of God's servants, as a person who's a servant of the devil. You know how trouble you can get in for that? You get a lot of trouble for that. I told you about that incident, man, where I threatened a Christian one time, and I had a gun sit right against my head. The very threat that I made against that Christian happened to me. You better get down and pray about that one. And I'll tell you at the end of the day, God does not bless the hand of the wicked. We all Christians know that. He does not bless the hand of the wicked. It speaks through the Bible. For a person who is blessed with constant technology, I mean massive amounts of technology that we can engineer, build all our machines in here, because again, I didn't go to school for any of this at all, period. All this was given to me by God. All these doors open up for us. Yeah, I must be doing something right with God. If you notice on my websites, I give all glory to God. In every demonstration, I say all that technology comes from God. We give God glory for everything. Is this a piece of Michigan? No, that's one from 102. There's one for 65. One I like it. A nice little one was nice. A little freezer box was cute. I was like, I like it. I like it. I was trying to find something cheap. I'm trying to do this whole PC for like under $300. Trying to build the whole thing. Liquid cooling system, change out new RAM. Got a new fan system coming in for that hard drive, because that fan hard drive overheated on me. That kind of like, didn't like that too much. So you got to cool this thing down. Look at that case right there. It's sick. This is why I got to stay away from cases. This is what does it to me. I see these cases like, put a piece in there, put a piece in there, put a piece in there. $65. Here's a nice case. My case. We got a nice motherboard. We got a beautiful motherboard for an i5 processor. That's all we need. We're just doing, that's a work PC at the end of the day. That's a retro PC back there. Retro PC behind me. I had to order 3 more fans for this one because I need 3 more fans. And I ordered the 1660 graphic card. So we're taking that out. We're taking out the 1050 outgoing and leaving that out. We're going to put that in the open PC we're going to be working on, because I need a graphic card for that. And I'm still debating on putting an i7 in there. I'm really debating on, I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. It's a retro PC. Just playing for retro games. Really an i7 in there? Really? Oh, I'll figure it out. Yeah, I can't wait to restart her. No, that's not baby error. Yeah, God has opened up a lot of those. Hey, that's my PC right there. I paid $56 for that machine. $56. And God has blessed our hands. He has. Continues to bless our hands. We got so many doors opened up for us. It's not even funny on how many doors opened up for us. Ooh, look at you with all that glass. I got a 360 millimeter, can only fit in there. It's funny because I haven't built PCs in so long. Like, I have not gone into building any machines for a long time. And I was fearing that, you don't keep up with something, you'll lose it. You'll lose it. And I'm thinking like, man, I got kind of, when I was working with the PC over here, I got kind of shell shocked for a minute. I was like, oh shoot, do I even remember any of this stuff? Because I ain't built one in years. And Lord said, hey, relax, we still got it. And boom, here we go, I'm back in. Everything just locked in, all the information's coming back on. So yeah, it's basically just been looking at all kinds of new stuff to build. I told you before, our company wants to build a gaming community where I want to do more with the gaming technology we're blessed to have. We want to build PCs, all kinds of cool stuff. Oh man, I got to bring in a crew to design these PCs for me. Like I got to bring in some people to do it for me because I do want to do PC builds and they're selling for a really reasonable price. So it'd be like PC, custom built PC, and screen because we do the screen paints and all that stuff. So most likely those will be rear projection screens because you have to have the projector behind it. So yeah, I think that'd be a nice little projector PC package. Projector gaming PC package. Projector gaming PC package. Projector gaming PC package. That sounds nice. I like the ring of that. It's a nice ring to right. Projector gaming PC package. I like that. Yeah. Oh, look at that right there. That is absolutely milky. Look at that. Gorgeous. This is what happens when you basically build, the cases do it. You see the cases draw you in. When you see the cases, and then next thing you know, you're building that and turning that into a PC. You see another case and you're turning that into a PC. And you see another case and you turn that into a PC. Oh man, come on man. I'm in the process of I'm changing that. The internet I'm using here, but I actually have T-Mobile. It's something I want on there. I need an upgrade for my business. I need a higher speed. It'll be available in another month, and I'll be able to link back in and get my T-Mobile back on because the service they have is good, but I need something much higher than that. It's not available in my section yet. I have to wait a couple more months and I'll have it. So until then, they have free internet here, so using that. It's high-speed files, but sometimes it slows down because a lot of people using it. That's the problem when you have like everybody, all users on one connection. That's one of the things, the reason why I got business account setups, because when I gamed, all my gaming systems, everything I gamed, are all business. Because with business, you get dedicated IP addresses. That's why. When you deal with residential, they all drink from the same pot. But when you have your own dedicated line, you only drink from that pot only. And nobody drinking from that but you. So that's why sometimes in certain peak hours, things will start to slow down because everybody's using it at the same time. That's what happens. So you're just better off just getting a business line. Get a business line, get your own dedicated 15 IP addresses. That's fantastic at the end of the day, you know what I mean? So yeah. I remember they used to basically ban one. Oh, okay, ban that IP address. Got another one coming. Like 15 of them. And then I just send that one over to technical support, and they go over there and they figure out what's going on and they unlock it. But anyway, yeah, you get a business line. So I learned that when I was gaming. Everything was slowing. I was like, what the freak? Like, I got this high processor. Everything is like lag free, and all of a sudden everything starts to slow down. Like, what the heck is this? And they're like, oh yeah, because you got residential. That's why you're slowing down like that. Everybody's sharing from the same pot. That's why. I'm like, oh, okay. So that's when I conned them. I said, you got business? What's your business? What you got for business? The guy was like, what, business? You got your dedicated line. It's only you. You're the only one. And I'm like, oh, it's a little bit more money, but it's definitely worth it. So with this, it is business, but everybody's on this line here. So since T-Mobile has this, they got the they got the 5G. They got a higher one than 5G. That's the one I want. And that modem is wicked. It's got all the outputs on it. It's a nice, perfect. I want one so badly. But the guy was like, it's not available in your section yet. And okay, pay on this. I just wait and get the other one. That's why I sit right over in the corner. And take it back, send it back. I know where the T-Mobile's at. So by the airport, just drop off there, take it off, give me the other one. And it's pretty easy to install yourself. But that's the one I want. I want the one with the higher system because I'm going to be running a lot more equipment in here. Now, before people saying, well, you're burning a lot of electric. No, actually not, to tell you the truth. All my projectors run in eco mode because of our technology we have over here. Only lights I use in here is the one over top, and that's the only one I need. I don't need to use anything over there because I'm not even open that section of the office over there. That's why it's dark over there. And pretty much all my PCs are pretty much energy sufficient. As I buy everything on my PCs are energy saving machines. That's what I buy. So we haven't really used a lot of power at all, period. And most of the time when I'm working, I'm in the dark anyway because I got all these LED lights in here. So I like to work on my LED lights and I have the office light. I like that whole, what do you call it? I can't think of the name of it. Cyberpunk. Yeah, Cyberpunk. That's why my electric bill wasn't so high when I was in the house. And the reason I was a little bit high because I had outdoor lighting, a lot of it. I had it in the driveway, I had it in the front, I had floodlights in the back. Yeah, there was a lot of lighting in that environment. But with in there, most of the time I had my lights out. In the morning, of course, you're not going to have lights on in the morning. In the nighttime, I had the entire place lit up with LED lights. So anytime I turn lights on, that's when I had to show up the technology worked. That's it. In the morning, I could run all my stuff. Which I found people found interesting that in that house in the morning all my stuff was on. Well, most people in the morning they couldn't turn their stuff on until it got late at night. But I like this setup right here. I mean the fans are kind of dull, yeah, but other than that I do like it with the change up them fans. But I like this $60 for this case. Man, they did a pretty good job. Whoever came out and started designing these more high-end, better cases for like cheap did a fantastic job, because I remember you couldn't even get a good case for like $60. Your case would just look like, oh man, yeah, it definitely would. It would look like the Xbox system. Literally, that's what it would look like. That would be a cheap case. Got no freaking peekaboo windows on it, no fans, nothing. Got a black fan in the back. That's basically all you got. That was it, and all this was just closed off. Yeah. I swear you can't get mad at me, people. You can't get mad at me. I actually had to change gears when I was watching that about never buying a console again. I had to change gears on that one because, gee whiz Louise. I wish that would happen to me. I wish I would go buy a console and sit there and say, well, you can't play certain games and you can't play them for long periods of the time because you run the risk of the system overheating. I'm like, well, didn't you put a cooling system in there to keep that from happening? Yeah, you got to take a break from your system. You really got to walk away from the system. We don't have gaming. If you get into a really good game, you got to take a break. What about online gaming? How the freak does that even work? You know how long online sessions last for, especially if you're playing games like Call of Duty? Oh, I'm sorry, people. We got to log out of the game. System's overheating. You know what they should do? Put an indicator on that sucker. Put a little alarm on them. So when they start to overheat, it beep, 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 beep. That's your time for you to get off your machine. That's what they should do. Don't get mad about it. It is. The guy just sat there and said it. Really, I read through it myself online. It does say that. You literally have to take a break on these machines. Just put a little, so people don't know that they're going over the threshold. Have them go in and put in a little indicator that makes a beeping noise to let you know that you are gaming too long and you have to get off your machine and let it cool down. That's crazy. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. It's a case like this. It's just like this. But it has the white cooling system. That's what I like about it. Alright. I'm about to go back and get my freaking T-Mobile. Alright. I think I'll call T-Mobile and get my service back on for them. Because, man, I can't deal with this. It has to be faster. We probably got a few more people in here. That's why. But anyway, as I said before, yeah, that's absolutely nuts. And I couldn't imagine someone telling me that. But just put a little indicator. Because some people are like, how does that work? When I played Umber Tournament, I was in long sessions, man, of a deathmatch, bomb and run, capture the flag, stuff like that. I would imagine in a million years telling me how to get off the system because it was going to overheat. That's crazy. And those are long sessions at the end of the day. Especially when you do like 50 on 50, games like that, 20 on 20, 10 on 10, and you have to get up and leave because your system's overheating. Heck, what if that's my best sniper in the whole entire game right there? Like, shoot, that's one of my best guys at the end of the day. He pretty much, most of the time, you get people that hold up the whole entire team. What if one of them had to leave the game because basically his system's overheating? Ain't gonna go well. Can't get mad about it. It is your system at the end of the day. Well, actually, it's not your system. But then again, people wonder about the Slims, and the Slims were even worse. It was an even worse system. Still burnt out. Didn't even give you a full terabyte on it. I just sat there and said, I'm gonna make another system at least put 4 terabytes. Didn't even give you that. Gave you under a terabyte. That's it. There's no way in the world a next-gen system should have gigs on it. No way in the world. How are you going to talk about doing 4K and your hard drive is that poor? Oh my goodness. This is what scares me about the future of console. If I can see if they came out, say PS or Xbox, They launched their slim version, which I don't know why they would do on a slim. I don't know why it's a bad idea. And they gave you 4 terabytes. They upgraded the system. You got a whopping 4 terabytes. Got a wider case. You got better fans in multiple locations to cool areas off, not just one fan, depending on the cool the whole thing off. Multiple locations, which have been even better. That would have been nice. Then it would have been an improvement. Okay, these guys are trying to fix the problem. Not like they're trying to skim you and try to do the same thing. Well, we'll just put it in a small case and we'll give them like a terabyte, but technically they're getting 800, and it's going to overheat even faster because it's smaller and there's less room in there for the thing to breathe. That's pretty much what they did. So there's no way in the world you should go in there and see videos of people telling you this is how you fix it. This is the solution, how you keep it from overheating. Why are you buying fans for a system that's supposed to keep itself cool to begin with? Now, before you go on the PC about that, we build the machine, okay? So when we build a machine, if you buy any PC from the door, they're chuck loaded with fans. There's fans all in the system. Even if you just buy it, there's fans all in it. There's some have liquid coolings on them. There's an open case, plenty of room to breathe. There you go. And then we have options to no void of warranty to pop the door open and go, well, I'm going to change this, change that, put that in there, refrigerate the sucker at the end of the day. We have an option to do that. There's no void of warranty. Only time we void of warranty, unless we go into that right there, we take that apart. Or we take apart the motherboard. Or we take apart the ring. Then we're in trouble. But other than that, we can change whatever we want in there. So that is what makes me skeptical about basically the future of console. It's the fact that if they messed up, and the scalpers pretty did a number on that system, did a number on that system, you know what happened to that nonsense. But anyway, and keep in mind, they could have controlled that. They could have easily controlled it. They were getting money. Didn't make a difference. Who cares who's buying it at the end of the day? They're getting money. That's what you said. The everyday loyal PS5 or Xbox fanboy at the end of the day, you couldn't get your hands on the system for a long time because the scalpers had them. I mean, don't forget that nightmare at the end of the day. So instead of the PlayStation or Xbox or Microsoft come out and saying, all right, one per person, you would have been able to get one of those systems. Instead of somebody coming and buying the whole buttload, all of them, and you get nothing. There was no limitation on it. That's what happened. One per household. You know how hard that would have made it for scalpers in order to get those systems? Very hard. But again, it's money at the end of the day. And it's about bragging rights about who sold the most systems. Who cares if the customer didn't get them? As long as their sales numbers show that we're selling a certain amount of these machines, then that's all we need to know at the end of the day. But it hurt them in the long run. Because Scalper had all these machines, and with all these machines, they're not going to get subscriptions for all these machines. They're not going to buy games for all those machines, and they lost money in the process. That's why that system's still alive. Because their system's not making enough money to discontinue the PS4. That's why if you look at the PS4, there are still games on the PS4 that also port over to the PS5. Only a certain amount of games will port over to the system because the system can't run it because it's not powerful enough. Other than that, shouldn't be on that system. That system shouldn't be here. It shouldn't be working. It shouldn't be online. Nothing. It should have been cut off a long time ago. The scalper incident is what screwed up the launch of the system. So they got greedy. They got money off the scalpers. They made a ton of money. But the scalpers weren't going in and buying the subscriptions to play online, and they weren't buying games. Where if they sold it one per person, the average customer would come in, buy a subscription to play online, pay monthly on this or yearly, and continue to buy games and controllers and everything else for the system. Where the scalper is going to come in, buy the system, stick it in a box, stick it in a back room, and sell it to the highest bidder. Yeah, they lost a lot of money. That's why people sat there and said they would show up a new part of the system, and you would see in the comment section like, what's the point? Can't get one anyway. Who cares? Why are you talking about a controller? Make more systems so we can get our hands on. Stop the scalpers from buying them up. Yeah. Oh, man. So that's another nightmare you got waiting for you. And when they do finally launch these systems, and mind that the new one's not going to come out to what, 3, 4, 5 years maybe down the road? How long is your hard drive going to last? I mean, how long? You're going to have to go and you have to update all that stuff. There's no way where a 4 terabyte hard drive is going to last that long. Not with the game capacity that they're designing. And then you got a bigger problem right now coming up. GTA 6. That's your nightmare coming up right now. GTA 6 is going to heat your system quick. It's going to cause your system to overheat like crazy. They can lie about it. Let it happen. When it happens, I come back and say, "Told you so. Told you so. Told you so." It's a massive download. It's a massive download. It is 300 gigs. It's a massive download. Keep in mind, you can't deplete. If you got 600 on your system, you take 3 off of that. And remember all the DLCs and updates. And remember, you still have to leave some room on the hard drive because your system's going to be constantly updating. PlayStation's update all the time. Your system's going to update all the time. Every game needs an update. The OS needs an update. And update this and update. Yeah. So it's going to force you to pay money for more expensive cards to be able to get this thing to run. Or get saved. For saving our memory. You don't have to spend the money. You're going to have to. Where if they did it with the Slim and they put the 4 on there from the door, that would have given you a little more breathing room. So for those of you out there saying, well, I can afford to get that, that's you. What about the people that can't? What about the people who are stuck with the 600 and they got to stick with it because, you know, their mom wants to sit there and say, at the end of the day, I already spent the money for this system. I got to turn on, I got to spend more money for more memory. Why didn't it? There you go. And your parents going to say that at the end of the day. What do you mean you don't have enough memory? So wait a minute, I gotta go out and I gotta spend more money. How much is more memory? They're only going to spend $100. You just spent $500, $550, $580 for that unit for your kid. Then you bought games that were probably $60 a pop, so that's about $120, $180 for like 3 games. Then you probably bought an extra controller for the brother or sister or anybody who wants to go play, so that's another $60. Think how much money you're already in the hole. And you mean to tell me, you don't have enough memory? So how much are the sticks? $200? $200 for a stick. And if it's $100, you don't want to spend it. It's $100 more you got to take out of your pocket for the system. How long is $100 going to last on 1 terabyte? There you go. Man, they go in there in that store and they go, what's the 4 terabyte? What? $350. And what if I wanna update to the full maxed out the system? Literally, a lot of people want to do this when they try to figure out how much it's going to cost them to max out a PS5 system. Same thing with the Xbox. Same thing. How much does it cost? Are you freaking kidding me? You gotta be kidding me. That costs more than a system. How does that thing cost that much money at the end of the day? Oh heck no. Yeah. You just spent $580 or more for the system, and now you're being told that your M2 solid state drive at 8 terabytes is going to cost you anywhere from $600, $800 to $1,000. Most likely $1,000. That's when I got a lot of people coming to the room. Last night we was in the forum site. And the home front, and we went in there, we talked about the whole aliens and thing. That was funny to talk about. We went in there in that forum site, and like, but you can update to 8 terabytes. But you can update to 8 terabytes. I get that all day long. You can update to 8 terabytes. How much is 8 terabytes going to cost you? Then they get quiet in the room. Yeah, it costs more than your system. It costs more than your system in 3 games, plus an extra controller. If you get the cheap ones, and they come with bad heat spreaders on them, you run the risk of that thing overheating and cooking your board. You get the real good one, it's going to cost you some money. That's crazy. Well, it could be worse. It could be far worse. They could have went in and made it so you can only use their parts only. Then you're really being jacked up like Xbox. That nonsense. They went and said, oh no, you can't use another card. You got to use our stuff only. Because the guy went there and did the test himself, and I watched it. We all watched it. They're known for doing that. Xbox is known for doing that kind of crazy stuff. Oh, you can only use our stuff. Our controllers, our memory cards, our hard drives. I know because I went to that mess with them with the Xbox system, the first one, 10 gig hard drive. Plug another hard drive in it and don't read. Only one that did that was the 360. The 360s would allow you to drop anything in and it would read. But they did something around, they changed it, which I don't know why they did that. Same thing with the problem they had with 360 and the optical drives had the same issue. You couldn't swap them out. You had that particular serial number to match that one. It wouldn't read, it wouldn't play. But they got it for $62. 8 terabytes for $62? No. No. 1,000 gig storage, that's 1 terabyte. Yeah, it's not right there. Mind you only get one slot. We keep that one slot too, but we got an adapter that can connect onto a board, which I'm getting for the i9 system. I can drop 5 of those babies in there if I want. Okay, that's the thing that's what I'm talking about. 1 terabyte. See? 1,000. 1 terabyte for $62. That's $62 extra. Doesn't make a difference. It's extra money that you have to take out of your pocket. And how long is that going to last? New system ain't going to be coming out for a while. So, no heat sink. Yeah, you might have to put a heat sink on that. You're gonna have a problem with that. You gotta transfer that heat sink. This sucker's gonna generate like a mother jumper. No heat sink. Jesus, man, you can cook an egg on that sucker. $950. 8 terabytes. $951. They knew what they were doing. Come on, man. They did all the research. They did all the research when they built the system. Both systems. I would lose my marbles at the end of the day. But, and that's a lyric when they said that. But you get 600 gigs. But after everything loads up, operating system, all that loads up, everything, you get 600 gigs. But you can update, which means we're saying that you paid for all this stuff, but you got to give me more money and you can get this. That's pretty much. But you can update to this for free. No, you got to pay us money. You pay money and you can get the update. So you roughly get, no point getting 500. That's just pointless. You go get the 1 terabyte, and this is with no heat sinks on them. They have no heat sinks. So you don't have to get the heat spreaders for these things. So you have to buy that too. You don't want your system overheating and cooking your board, or having any kind of problems that could pop up in the problem, and the problem can pop up altogether. So you have $89 right there. All right, here we go. So we got 1 terabyte, $89. That's $89 again. That could be going to something else like bills, food, and other things, because something's expensive enough as it is today to be dropping an extra $89 and $90 on a system that I already put money into. I already invested money into it. So I want to go 2 terabytes. That's going to cost me $159. Could have bought 2 games right there, a couple games with that right there. Now we're going to go to the terabyte. 4 terabytes. That's $400. The other one that comes with a heat spreader on it, which I would get that instead, is only $350. So I guess I would skip that altogether. And then you want 8 terabytes. So when we were having a problem, people in the room talking 8 terabytes. We can upgrade to 8 terabytes. We can upgrade to... Where are you going to put it at, man? You can't break it down. It ain't like you got like 4 slots in there. You can break it down. You can't do that. You have to get one massive stick to put in there. So one massive stick, that's going to cost you roughly $951. Now, it'd be different if you could break it down. They put like 4 slots in there. You can put 1 terabyte here. You can put maybe 2 terabytes here. You can put maybe like, you don't have to equal up to that number, but at least you have the option of breaking it down, which would be much cheaper because you can break it down through time. You can break it down like 1 month, you maybe get 2 terabytes. And that month you may save up and you can put down 4 terabytes. And then the other month you can break it down, you maybe put another 4 terabytes. So you break it down. But it only has 1 slot. So it's go for it all. That's pretty much what it is. So you're going to have to spend the money. If you want the full max out 8 terabytes, you're going to have to spend the big money to get it. And in order to do that, you're going to spend more money than what your system is actually worth. So then you got the people in the room talking about, well, if they had the room to put it in, why didn't they just put it in there to begin with? Because they would get it for a cheaper price. Well, they're a corporation. They would get it for way cheaper than what you would pay for it. That's a big question. There you go. That's the big question. Why did they put it in there? At least put in 4? At least 4. And you're talking about running 8 terabytes without a heat spreader on it? Yeah, good luck with that. Hey, you might smell anything cooking? Yeah, you thought your system had overheating issues. Wait till you put one of those in there and see what happens. Those things generate a lot of freaking heat. I got heat spreaders on my RAM already. I got them for like $6 for the RAM. I got ones coming in for this one. They're actually sky blue to match Ice Boy, or I don't know what I'm gonna call it, freezer box, Arctic box, something I'm gonna call it. So when people sit there and say, oh, but you think the system sucks? No, it's a good system. They just screwed you pretty bad on just about everything else that came with it. It just did pretty much what most people do when you go buy a PC. Is where they give you some good parts, but then the rest of it's nothing but bones. They sit there and give you a fantastic motherboard and CPU, but the freaking GPU will be crap, the RAM will be crap, and the freaking hard drive will be crap. Or they give you an amazing hard drive, amazing RAM, and the CPU will be crap. It's one or the other. And if you want all of it to be perfect, it's going to cost you a ton of money. That's how they do it. That's literally what they did to you guys. They gave you a scrap system. There's no way in the world you should be paying any money out of your pocket. That's the memory card era. You're literally doing what game systems did with memory card. It's literally what they did to you. You know, it used to be you go buy a system, you pay for the money for the system, you pay for the game, you buy a memory card. So you can basically save more games. And if you wanted to basically add more games to your memory cards, you would just buy bigger memory cards. That's what you would do. Oh, see what I'm getting at here? But then, when the Xbox, I'm not saying if I had memory cards too, when these systems came out and they had a much bigger drive one, a bigger hard drive one, and to buy any memory cards. I have never bought a memory card for the PS4. Ever. At all. Period. Got a ton of games on it. I've never had to. I never had to buy anything for it. Because everything's built into it. Same thing like the PC I got back here. I don't have to buy any memory cards for that thing at all, period. It's got 2 terabytes sitting on it from the door. Don't need anything at all. The system that I'm building over here, it has 2 terabytes sitting on top of it. Again, no need for any memory card whatsoever. The i9, the big boy machine, it's going to have a 4 terabyte solid state drive and an additional 20 terabytes sitting on top of it for backup, for fun. It's already built into it. There's no need for me to buy anything else. So the fact that they tell you that, hey, you buy the system, you do get a hard drive in it, but it's not enough, but you have to buy additional hard drives, you've just hit memory card land. And that's old, man. That's old. Flash drives, that's all. You got to get a flash drive. You just got to remember 256 on a flash drive. You just have to remember, or a terabyte on a flash drive. You just have to remember exactly what flash drive goes to what game. Instead of just plugging something in and out like some freaking old-fashioned operator at freaking Bell. Excuse me, sir, can I help you? Can I take your call? Can I help you? Can I take your call? Can I help you? No, it's too much crap at the end of the day. Should have put it on to begin with. Again, you could have, I don't care. They say, well, we got a high-powered, yeah, you do got a high-powered CPU. We got a high-powered GPU. Yes, you do. But that crap don't mean jack at the end of the day. If your system is overheating, cooking itself, and you don't have enough airflow, and on top of that, I don't care how good your graphics are on your game. You can't even play the game. I literally had that conversation with somebody in the room. They got mad over that. You can't play the game. It literally says it right there. I pull their instructions and blow it up. Like here, it literally says it right there. To keep the system from overheating, you cannot go into a long, intensive gameplay. You have to avoid certain games that require high graphics. And you have a what in there for a CPU and a GPU? You can't utilize that thing. Oh, good luck trying to overclock one of those things. Yeah, it's not just them. And Xbox does it too, but the difference in the dust. Oh, my goodness. I'm tired of talking about this. I'm done. I was at that forum site, man. Them fanboys, man, at the end of the day, boy, y'all just don't get it through your heads, man. Your system is flawed. It's a flawed system. You got too many people on YouTube talking about the system overheating. It's way too many people talking about that in the day. It's like when the 4090s came out, they used to catch fire. There were so many people talking about the 49 catching fire. I wouldn't dare touch that thing with a 10-foot pole. They finally fixed those things. At the end of the day, they finally stopped catching on fire. And people would go near with a 10-foot pole. It only takes a bunch of people to come out there and go, ooh, my joint just caught on fire. My PC just caught on fire. That caught on fire. Yeah. That's it. And that wasn't because it had poor ventilation. It was bad wiring. Really bad wiring. But yeah, it's just crazy. So I had to sit there and have this conversation with people like, no one's calling your system garbage. Your system is basically at the end of the day half built. You are missing major components to make your system function. Imagine if they brought out the PS5 or Xbox Series system with a much bigger case, plenty of airflow, 4 or 5 fans in there running. Imagine how goody gumdrops that would be. Not them dinky little fans, 120 millimeter fan. It wasn't really a good fan. I wonder what the RPMs on that thing are. And then they souped it up with a liquid cooling system. You know how sick that would be? And then they gave you a freaking 4 terabytes of hard drive space with an extra terabyte, 1 terabyte just for the system alone, which means the system wouldn't even touch your hard drive saves because it had its own dedicated hard drive for itself. That's what I would have done. I was in charge of building that machine. That's literally what I would have done. Case ain't got to be too big, but just enough to have more fans in there. You need intake and outtake fans to draw that heat out of that system. Nice little liquid cooling system, low maintenance system put in there, and then I would have hooked it up with 1 terabyte just for the OS alone, and then gave you the 4 terabytes, which are changeable up to larger drives if you want to, but at least starting with 4 for your system saves. Where it gave you the option to be able to get to your system to clean it, at least dust the thing out. So 1 layer, pop it open, you got your freaking power supply here, you got your fan system here, and you got your hard drive here. Pull it out, snap it back in. Pull it out, snap it back in. Be done. That's it. All your fans would have filters on them. You don't have to worry about any dust blowing. You just pull them out from the side. You got to open it up. You just slide them out from the side, and you take them out, you scrub them down with a brush because they're plastic, and you put them back in, and that's it. Done. That's what I would have did. You had no overheating issues. You've been able to overclock the unit if you wanted to. Easy access to get to your power supply. Those little tabs would have been on the actual hardware, so they can tell whether or not you wanted to modify the power supply or the board or something like that. You can tell if it's modification, but other than that, no. I mean, easy access. Got to get to the power supply. You got to clean them. These machines I have in here, I got to take these things apart. So after a certain amount of time, probably a month or 2 goes by, I got to pull that power supply out and I got to clean it. Got to pop the case off of it, go inside of it, put it all back together again, hook everything up and put the power on. I got to clean these things out. They don't get dirty. And I got an open case. So yeah, that's how I would have built it. And then people would have thought, oh my goodness, this is the new system? It's got a nice open case, plenty of intake, outtake fans. It's got a terabyte of hard drive space just for the operating system alone, so it doesn't touch your save games. It's got a 4 terabyte solid state drive attached to it. Oh, that's freaking insane. And it's got liquid cooling. This is what I'm talking about. What about for cleaning purposes? Easy. Take the top off of it. You got access to everything. It's right there. You got your power supply. Just unlock it. Locks out. You can spray it, clean it out, put it back in, take your fan system out, spray it out, clean it back in. You got access to everything in there. Yeah, that's why I would have built it just like that. That and the Xbox unit. Just some LED lights in that baby too, the peekaboo window. So you can see your PlayStation guts staring at you, the little blue LED lights pushing through it, and on top of that liquid cooling system, right there, I would have had the PS logo lighting up on that. Xbox would have had theirs on theirs. Tell me that would not have been sick. That would have been frosty, baby. That would have been extra frosty, baby. But instead, people are building them now like that. Oh, I found out something too. You can get the temperature gauges on your whatchamacallit. You could actually get them separately. I didn't realize that. Temperature gauge for the water cooling systems for PC. See, you can buy those. Put them right there on your wishing to read the temperature right there. There's a sensor that connects right underneath your CPU. It's a little sensor that connects to the CPU and it keeps the temperature. So the little sensor that comes out, it's got a little plastic tab on it, and you just put that right near the CPU, and it'll tell you the temperature in your CPU. I'm gonna get one for this one over here. But this one lights up already, so I'll get it for the other one. Temperature gauge. LED screens, touch screens for PC. See what I mean? We got more toys. That's why I said, people, come over to the dark side. Come over to PC. Look at the toys we have. You can modify your system any way you want. Remember when you saw that that PC cabinet that had the touch screen in it? You don't have to spend $5,000 for it. You just go pick up the touch screen and you can install that into your PC. I'm actually putting one of mine. Has a TV that comes up on it. You can play your games off it and everything. And this gives your temperature control right here. They got them as cheap as $18. You can get $18 as cheap as $18. You get it for $38. Or if you want to spend a little more money, got one over here for like $60. Look at this one over here. Can you imagine getting a readout like that on your PC? That's crazy what you can do with this stuff, man. I remember back in the day when PCs had the optical drive, the drives in the front for your bay, for your optical drive setups, they had cigarette lighters. You can literally put a cigarette lighter in your PC. Yeah, I've seen people do this one. Cigarette lighter in your PC. See? Right there. Sunbeam, PC, cigarette lighter. $5.25. Yeah. Or 5.25 bay. Yeah. Right there. Literally, in your PC. You can do whatever you want with those machines at the end of the day. I saw somebody doing that at a PC show I went to. They were showing the modifications on the PCs. That's why I saw PC cases had locks on the door. One of my Red Dragon PC had a lock on the door that you can go in, you can lock the door with a key and everything. Because people will go into your case and steal your hardware. That's why. But yeah, you can put a cigarette cup holder. I don't know why you would have a cup holder that goes to a PC, but they have it. But yeah, if you basically like to smoke, whatever it may be, you can basically put a cigarette lighter on your PC. What's another one they got over here? Oh, my personal favorite. Cup holder for your PC. Let's try you again then. Cup holder for your PC. Let's see, PC. We'll find one of these things. We got this retro. We got to find one. It's the one. Oh, there it is right there. They had the one that would come out and it would fit. This is not for that cup. It would fit and you would spread. It would come out. You can put your. There we go. It's something like that. It would come out. You can put your cup in it. It's a cup holder. Which again, not a good idea to have liquids that close to your PC because you literally are freaking asking for your stuff to get really wrecked and damaged. There we go. There's a cigarette lighter. Cigarette lighter. You're smoking, playing games at the same time. And for those of you, I got, like I said, I had Jamaicans in my family. They smoke weed. I showed them that. They were like, what? They're like, yeah, it's a lighter right there on your PC. He was like, that is freaking sick. Yeah. And people smoke weed when they game at the end of the day. Yeah, you got a lighter right there. So you're trying to find out where your lighter's at. There's one right there on your PC. You get it installed in. Easy to put in, too. Very easy to put in. But now, what they have now is that when they make PCs now, they don't add the bays in anymore. People don't use optical drives anymore. See? No bay. They don't use them anymore. None of that stuff is used anymore. All right, people, gotta go. Got things to take care of. Hope you enjoyed. I should be showing off the Arctic box probably end of this month. You'll be to see it. PC already built. We still got the artwork to do. I got to scour. I got to look for a Coca-Cola bottle. I need a glass Coca-Cola bottle. Glass Coca-Cola bottle. I need the see, $31. $31. Only fine. I need one. I need the one that got the bottleneck. That's what I need. Walmart got it. I'm gonna go all the way to Walmart to get freaking bottle of Coca-Cola. Man, this is going to be crazy, man. You have to scout. I remember when I was a kid, you would never have to look for one of these. Go to a vending machine and get one of these. Oh, I forgot about the vending machines on my timeline. Did you know that you could walk into a bar and buy cigarettes out of a vending machine? That's the era I grew up in. Yeah. No ID needed at all whatsoever. No. And matter of fact, it wasn't even in the bar. It was actually in the vest for the bar. When you came in the bar, it was right there before you hit the bar. So you didn't really have to walk in the bar to show ID. It was right there. And kids that were smoking at an early age, and they save up their money, I hate to say it, sorry people, but that's what went on in my era. They can just go in there and just pay for it. And usually the adults that were going in and out of there, half of them were drunk, the other half didn't even care. It'd be rare that somebody would stop and say, hey, you're not supposed to be buying any cigarettes. They just wouldn't care. And they're just going there and just whatever. Didn't care. Most kids would say, hey, I'm getting it from my father, which I was. I was actually buying it from my father. My father would give me some money and say, hey, oh boy, go pick me up some cigarettes, which were Camels without the filters. But anyway, I would go in there, open up the door, and put the money in there and just pull on the lever, and the cigarettes would pop out. Yep. Cigarette vending machines. Here's the new ones. I want the vintage. The vintage had the pull on it. Gotta go with the vintage. Vintage cigarette pull. Wrong choice of words. Vintage cigarette vending machines. Trying to find the ones I grew up with. There they are. That's it right there. That's what I grew up with. That was a cigarette vending machine when I was a kid. And you just go in and you would put your money into the machine and you would basically pull on the lever and your cigarettes would pop out at the bottom right there. Yep. And crazy thing about it is they had them. Yeah, I remember that. They had them in the bar. You go into the bar, and before you even hit the vestibule, you go into the vestibule, go to the front door, get out of here. Go to the front door, and you would have a vestibule right there, and then you would get your cigarettes right from there. Past that point would be in the bar. But people coming in and out, they wouldn't really say anything at all, period. And most likely you just say, hey, I'm getting it from my dad. They go, well, you know, whatever, they don't care. They don't get involved in that. Whatever it is, they don't care. Yep. And they got rid of all these. Every single one of these disappeared. Because now they figured out, you know, I mean, kids were smoking them and people were getting cancer and stuff from them and all that stuff and having kinds of health problems. So, yeah, they got rid of them. So, my era was pretty much free roam. You know what I mean? That's when I was young. I mean, really, really young. When these machines come out, let me see. Probably before I was born in 68, so. Very few people, if you were born in that area, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You can literally get cigarettes out of a vending machine. I told Gen Z today, they were like, what? Like, yeah, you just walk in there and just pull it to them and pop up. They had them since, they had ones at light too. These were in 1931. But yeah, I'm talking to the younger generation of my family. Like, yeah, we just go over the machine and just put your money in, and it didn't cost as much as cigarettes cost today. You're like, $2. Man, those were the crazy days, boy. Crazy, crazy days. Yep. This is where you got, in my era, everything came in glass. There was no such thing as a milk carton at the end of the day. Milk cartons came later on, but we had everything in glass. A gallon of milk in a glass. Why'd you put it in a glass? Because I don't understand what I'm saying. A gallon of milk in a glass bottle. Now, they sell these now today. I remember watching somebody a little bit younger went in and they drunk some milk out of chocolate milk, and they were on TikTok about, wow, milk just tastes so much better in a glass. This must be a new thing. This is Gen Z. This is the reason why I scratch my head every day when I have conversations with you guys. And I'm sorry, Gen Z, but this is how I feel. You kind of act like you got computers in your hand. You know that, right? So bottom line, glass containers of milk have been out, since my mom was a little girl. So you're just now experiencing this, and you think this is something new. And they literally will sit there and have these dumb discussions. I'm not saying all of them, but I'm saying some of the ones I've talked to are the dumbest conversations ever. But it's always been that way, It's not always been that way. This is the new thing. This is something new that just oh my goodness. Stand in the middle of the street. I'm gonna go get a car. You literally have those conversations with them. Like they literally think, no. We had this stuff a long time ago. You're just now finding out. They used to have a guy called a milkman. He would come to your front door, and he would bring in these little quarts of milk right to your front door. Half pints right to your front door. A pint to your front door. And they would deliver pies, and they would deliver eggs. This is way before I was born. My mother had that. There's also an Iceman, a man that rode around in a wagon with a truck. One to the wagon, then one was a truck, and they would basically carry blocks of ice to put into your refrigerator. That's my mom's era at the end of the day. No, this stuff has been going. These are the vintage bottles. I remember these vintage bottles before you had the plastic tops on them. And this is when milk tastes like milk. I remember when 3-liter bottles of soda came in glass. 3-liter bottles of soda in glass. The vintage, glass bottles. 3-liter bottles of soda in vintage glass. I just can't even probably understand what I'm saying. There we go. That's my era right there. When you got a 3-liter bottle in glass. My brother made a lamp out of one of these things. Remember these old labels right here? We had the RC and all that from back in the day. So, they get a glass bottle out of... Oh, my goodness. Oh, I can't take it sometimes. I swear. I lie to you not. We went to Home Depot. They literally had a vending machine up there that had glass bottles in it. Coca-Colas, right? And it came back to the car. So freaking extra giddy. Like, oh, my goodness. This must be something new. Everybody in that car broke out laughing. Because we're old gens in that car at the end of the day. We're old. We're been a while, man. Come on. We just looked at him like, let him have it. Don't say anything about it. Let him have his moment. Let him have his moment. Just leave it be. Oh my goodness. It was just hilarious. Poor thing. He'll figure it out. But yeah. Came back. I guess he went to the soda, came back. And he came back. Oh my God. It's glass. It's actually glass. This must be something new they must be doing. Man, I'm telling you, they should have done this a long time ago. We're like, okay. Anybody going to tell me? No, just leave it be. Just leave it be. Let him have his moment. Let him have his moment. Yeah. There's a different story when somebody would throw a glass bottle at you. Yeah, you definitely were getting hurt. Somebody throw a plastic bottle at you. Yeah, you ain't getting hurt by that. But I'll tell you something. Soda and all that, all those liquids in these plastic bottle containers, it tastes funny. They do. And it's interesting when you look at people who lived in an era where food was made correctly. A lot of people home cooked their food back in the day. That's what they did. You know what I mean? A lot of people, a lot of processed food now. And I couldn't imagine my mother when she was coming up. She was a country girl. They didn't go to the supermarket often. Her father hunted. He was a hunter. And they got all their food fresh. They grew all their vegetables and everything. They baked all their breads and all that. So they're used to better taste in food. But when she got married, she left the farm and she went into, the city life and it's processed food. And she took a while for her to be able to adjust because it made her sick. So you go to an Amish supermarket, their food tastes so much better than the supermarket you get at any other supermarket. It's so much better. It is. Even the milk tastes better. Even if it's in a plastic container, it still tastes a little better. But that glass, at the end of the day, it's nothing like that glass. And you got people that sit there and say it don't taste the same way. Like that don't taste the same way. Yeah, because everything now today is just basically engineered and processed. Scared to eat stuff today. Really am. It's frightening. You don't know what you're getting. You don't know what's been processed. Heck, there may be 3D printing your food. You don't even know. Yeah, I miss these days, man. I remember eating a bowl of King Vitamin. King Vitamin today tastes like straight dog food. It do. It don't taste the same way. Um, if you remember, Lucky Charms still tastes the same. It does. It really does taste the same to me since I was a kid. But Frankenberry, Blueberry, Count Dracula, that stuff tastes like garbage. That stuff is horrible. Oh, it's trifling. When my sister got some of that cereal, I was like, oh, shoot, this is back in the day. She's like, yeah, I got it. We sat at the table, we spit that stuff right out. Like, oh, what the freak? Yeah, it's not the same. When we were kids, it tastes different. It tastes cheap. I remember Little Debbie's. Little Debbie's used to be good cakes back in the day. Little Debbie's taste like straight wax. They do. You can feel it. It gets stuck to the roof of your mouth. You can feel it taste like wax. Yeah, it's not the same anymore, man. I'd rather just go back to just growing stuff from the earth. All right, I gotta go. I am talking about food, but I'm building a refrigerator for my PC. It's gonna have food. It's gonna have food in it. It's gonna be funny looking. It's gonna be crazy when we get done. We'll have it all built by then. Do it on camera. And this time I'll have a stand so I can show you how we put the whole thing together. Should be a fast built. Yeah. I want a glass bottle container. I definitely want that. All right, let me get to going. I got things to do. Gotta go. Thank you all for your time, and God bless. And those who've been processing orders, who actually got orders to our company, or have actually blessed our company with your orders, I appreciate it so much. I really appreciate the support. And we work hard every day to try to do more. I got so much stuff right now lined today. It's not even funny. Look at this. That got to come apart. This we got to put back together. It's craziness. It's craziness. And I got to be out the door. So I got to be back in town to take care of some business and then back up here again. I ain't ready to go nowhere at all. We're just going to stay here. He's good. You can stay here while I run my errands and I'll come back and get him. All right, got to go.